Hello. How are we doing today? We'll turn that off. Hi, it's been a week. My work has officially started, so we're on to just Saturday streams, sadly. Unless I somehow have a huge burst of energy one day and can do it in the evenings. Um, but that's unlikely. It has happened, I think, once before, and it was because I had to like pre-plan an event for something. So. But it does mean I will have lots of stories for you guys because that's what happens when you work with children. You get lots of stories. I'm gonna load into the server now, so it might be a little laggy. Frame rate might be interesting. I feel like I look smaller in my face cam than I usually do. That's fine. Um, but yeah, I don't want to thing until we're loaded up and not lagging. But how has everyone else's weeks been? Mine's been pretty chill. I have mostly, well, obviously I've been working. Why do I have so much dirt in my inventory? Oh, I think it's because was the last time I was on? I moved stuff. I don't know. I'm the only one on. Um, hey man. Um, what was I doing last time I was streaming? I don't remember. I think my dirt chests are full, and I'm never in my life gonna need more dirt than this. Oh, they're not full. So I'll dump that in there, and I don't know why I have 50 billion snowballs, but we'll just chuck them. But yeah, it was actually a relatively uneventful week. I feel like usually first week of camp can be pretty hectic, um, because the kids aren't usually in as much of a routine yet. It usually depends. Where would I put this? And then I don't know why my inventory's a mess. Okay, I guess I have to go to the library, dump this book off, but I do think I might have mail. Yes, I was informed I perhaps would. Let's see. I guess I should get rid of this stuff. People just chucked this in here the other day. Follow. Would you like to give me power of God to create things? I don't need omnipotence, like power, but I need those godly powers to make you something new and fabulous. Teddy, help me out. I'm your friend, Puro. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Um, that is a lot to consider. I don't know what I think about that just yet. Could be interesting to see. Of course, at this point, it would. Which is the letters I've been receiving? Not that. Not that. These are tests. These are wedding invites. Aha! It's here. So we'll put both of those in there for now. I really should remember how I've organized my chests. My chests, my bookshelves. Yes, that's a lot to consider. I suppose it is much more feasible to just give specific powers and not full powers. We'll have to think about it though. Think it over. I guess this goes in tools. Where have I left my torches, do you think? Is it in this chest? It is. Okay, so my plan today is we are going to work on the cafe. I've left that a little long. I want to slap a roof on there and hopefully do like furnish the inside. I do hope I can do that without issue. I guess it's been at least a week since I've been on here last. I should check if there's anything new. Ba, ba, ba. This is usually the best place to see. Mara's back. That is true. I think that's it. Oh yeah, there's this. Did I show this properly on a stream? I can't remember. This shop has just shown up. It says the Oxeye Syndicate is here and watching. And on the inside it is selling protections. Not sure what that means. Has anyone bought any? No. Interesting. It doesn't look like there's been much development here. Oh, my bamboo and my mangrove have grown though. That was a bit of lag. Okay, can I please not be falling? But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with the roof. I want like kind of a Japanese style, kind of like the clay shingles design. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna go about it yet, or what like color scheme for the roof should be. Please? We gotta find the leg that it counting as the bottom. It's that one. So apparently it's not gonna knock down this. That's great. Let's talk about what I've been up to this week. Like I was saying, it was a bit of a slower week. Like there was obviously like there's always gonna be campers who are a bit more troublesome. And we had some pretty high energy kids, but no one who really like was much of a troublemaker, if you know what I mean. So I felt like I was chilling most of the week. Um, it's actually kind of funny. I've ended up being, I think one of the people with the most experience on my team. My like out of my coworkers. Which isn't like abnormal for me to be like one of the ones with the like highest experience, but oh, that broke right as I got up there. How rude. Um, it is, however, interesting that I've been finding like most of them are kind of deferring to me on like if they're uncertain about how to approach certain things. Um, which is interesting. I feel like I haven't had that before, despite the fact like I've been trying to get the team lead position at like different places lately, different camps and stuff like that. Haven't gotten it yet, but I guess this proves that I am ready for it for sure. I already kind of knew that though. I really don't love how this looks. Hello, Dinosaur Gaming. This is a server between just me and some friends. Sometimes people from my community can join if they are a regular chatter. But I don't add anybody unless they've been around for a while. And I'm being attacked. I guess I should sleep. Is there a sleeping bag anywhere nearby, or do I have to go all the way to the community house? Sure, okay. Well, where was I? Yeah, it's been interesting being, one of, sorry. I interrupted myself to say, for some reason, and that threw me off. Anyways, um, I my team lead is like in teachers college but to work with high schoolers, so I think that's why there's a bit of the deference to me. is because like he's not used to working with the younger kids. Because we only go up to like age 13, I think at the highest. So yeah. Okay, what am I wanting here? I feel like we need more red accents. I think that's what's kind of bothering me about it. The question is, what color do we want the roof to be? Because we need to bring the yellow somewhere else, and we need to bring the red somewhere else. So I'm not sure. I think we just need to do more detailing with those two colors, and I kind of want the roof to be green. Is that gonna be good? I don't know. I feel like I've done something not quite right with this color palette. Like I like it, but I don't at the same time. Let hmm. I'm trying to figure out which color is gonna make it look the most balanced. Maybe we do bamboo top slabs around the pillars that look like supports. I'm scared it's gonna look a little too McDonald'sy. If you know. Okay, where's that's not right. Was there anything particularly interesting? I feel like I don't have any like crazy stories this week. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. Let's first start with just the mangrove. I want there to be a lot of slabs. Um, so I want it to kind of, what I want to do is it's all gonna pop out, and then there's gonna be like, kind of like how there's a hole there. I want to do that, and then it pop out just slightly more. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the shaping of the roof. The reason I've been putting this off is because I'm not in love with it. Do I have scaffolding in here? No, I did not. So we're gonna use dirt. Let's get uppies. But yeah, we'll start with just a little bit of this. See how it goes. Is that touching? No, there is space. Okay, that's good. I did actually, I think one of my coworkers followed me on Twitch the other day. We were talking about how I make content, because I'm willing to tell my coworkers that. Um, and a username that was very similar to the username they have for our coworker like um server, cat server. Oh wait a minute, I want to keep going. So there's a little roof over the patio. Um, but yeah, so my one of my coworkers might show up in chat at one point. That might be interesting. But yeah, I think I they did follow me. Ah, we had a very chill group of kids this week. I don't know why I'm struggling to think of funny stories. We did one kid, he made a new friend, which I guess the context is I had this kid last summer as well, and he was not good at making friends the previous summer. So we're super proud of him for like being so much more social this summer. Which he was just he's homeschooled, um and I'm pretty sure he's probably autistic. I don't know if he's been tested or not yet. But I can kind of tell. Okay, I guess we just have to fully cover this. first. Um, and yeah, so he just really didn't know how to socialize or get the other kids interested in playing games with him last summer, and so he spent most of his time at camp sitting with me and another counselor, and then every once in a while being like, "What do I do to get this to join that game?" And we go ask them to join the game, and then he'd like stand at a distance and like yell over to them, being like, "Can I join?" as they like run past, which obviously not super effective uh, for getting kids to actually respond to you and let you join their game. Um, but this summer he's doing a great job. He seems to, I don't know if maybe he's not homeschooled anymore. I remember vaguely that his parents were debating putting him into public school now, but he's so much more like well socialized and he's so much better at making friends. Anyways, so that's the context of that. I guess another context is our camp is it rents out a Christian private school. So it's got a lot of like religious like imagery and posters and Bible quotes like up on the walls. Which is fun trying to explain to some of the kids who don't really know exactly what's going on there. Because I don't really exactly know what's going on there either. But he was telling us about how he'd managed to make all these friends. And we were like, that's great. So proud of you. Who wouldn't want friends, is what my team lead said. And the kid was like, yeah, exactly. Except maybe Jesus. And then he went into the washroom, so we couldn't like talk to him anymore because he just like yeah he was gone. And me and my team lead were just sitting there and we were like, wait, what does that mean? Um, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Not sure I know. I'm gonna stick these in the corners. Or what if I instead? What if I just put Willow there? Oh, wait, that comes up there? I guess that makes sense. Actually, I do want that there. Do I have the appropriate Willow for doing this? Did I bring Willow with me? Is it in this chest? Yeah, me and my team lead were very confused, and it took me a moment. I was like, "Is he making a Judas reference? Is that what he's doing?" Um, we never got confirmation, but yeah, sometimes kids just say wild things, and you have to sit there and be like, what? What do you mean?" That's the only thing, like, I have a little quotes thing in my phone for whenever campers say just like absolutely wild stuff. I think that's the only thing I wrote down this week. Okay. There's thoughts happening here, guys. Don't worry. I don't know what to do with this doorway. We'll figure it out. This is a sort of just like figure it out as you go kind of build, which sometimes ends up in me hating it. Don't be shocked if I do. It's 'cause, yeah. We're sticking dirt here just, okay, well, I can place it based off of the dirt. There we go. And oh, bam. Um, yeah, I was mostly chilling. The fun thing about my job is it involves a lot of just me make work projects for myself for the most part. because I'm kind of just like a float staff. I'm there to be an extra hand to tidy up after people, stuff like that. I'm not really there to do anything too crazy. Um, so whenever I have downtime, I like to like uh I like to just like make drawings for the kids. I'll like draw out coloring sheets for anything we can't like print. No! How rude. Um, so this week I made a little craft guide because the counselor who is, how many times am I going to do this, chat? I'm going to be so angry by the end. I just know it. Let's do it from here instead. Ugh. 'Cause of course I'm just gonna do it on the upper level instead. Why wouldn't I place the blocks where I want them to be? Of course. Um, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So the counselor in charge of the Lego coding camp this year wasn't 100% certain about in the like pre-written package for incoming counselors for that program. It suggested that they do a binary code bead craft. So it's essentially just like how ones and zeros translate into letters, and then you translate those numbers into color. So you just need two colors of beads, and you select one to be the ones and one to be the zeros, and that's essentially it. Um, but for some reason she didn't know what binary code was, so I needed to explain that to her. And then she wasn't certain about running it, so I was like, I'll just make a big giant poster for you that will help the kids like kind of guide themselves a little better. Just to give you a little bit of that backup, you know? Make it easier for you to explain. So I made a giant binary bead poster. That's one of my things that I did. We have a Pokemon camp as well. It's for kids to design their own Pokemon and then make cards for the trading card game out of it. Obviously, they're not legal cards if you're playing the actual game, but it's for funsies. Why does it look like that iceberg has just been exploded? Has it always been like that? I don't know. Um, let's drink some water. Yeah, so the Pokemon one, for some reason our boss has provided a Pokemon is like the youngest grouping of campers. And for some reason our boss has decided to provide sewing craft for some of the campers to do if they want to do it and have the skill set, which none of them do. None of them are capable. But some of them were trying it this year, and there's no guide for how the pieces go together. So it just gets a little confusing. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna sit in there. Like, because it needs like a color or something. I don't love how this is coming together, but we make do. We make do. What coloring do we want to do here? Now I just want to like bring it up, and I think it does need to be the mangrove, but I don't I don't have enough mangrove for this. I guess I could buy mangrove. Yeah, there's loads of mangrove to buy. Okay. Let's head up there with the stack we currently have. Okay, how do whatever no, no, that wouldn't work. Of course it wouldn't. Why would it? Yeah, how about instead of that, it just translates into mangrove. Hate that this is like popped in a little differently, but it's fine. So yeah, then on my downtime, whoop, instead I just that made a nasty noise. I just sewed an owl, trying to figure out how the bits went together. Because laid out in the like packaging, the little wings were like tucked behind the eyeballs. And it looked like it could be little like eye tufts. Like it wasn't that crazy to be like, oh, that's just like tufts that you sew under the eyes. The problem is it was also like kid safe sewing kit. So like it's a plastic needle that's like really blunt and it had like pre-made holes. So trying to stick the like eye wings, like the wings under the eyes, was really difficult because you just couldn't really puncture the um the fabric that easily. So I spent a lot of my downtime sewing. It was really hot actually this week. Hot and humid. It was supposed to like thunderstorm 3 of the days. It only did it once in like the afternoon. So the rest of the week was just so humid. It was horrendous. Okay, I do feel like these actually need to be. Oh dear, I've broken something I shouldn't have. These need to be a different kind of block. I don't know what, but it needs to be a solid block that can be visible from the outside and underneath. I've kind of made it so I can't get up there though. What if it probably should be the bamboo, honestly. Let's see. Balance out that yellow a little bit. I haven't broke that down yet. Um, but yeah, so on Fridays with the Lego group, they launch rockets. So they make these little foam rockets out of like pool noodles and duct tape and cardboard. And then we have like just like a little like air pressure system that you pump up with a bike pump. And then you go and oh, hello, sir. I'm not a fan of you. I forgot this would be a problem over here. Let me focus up real quick. Ah! Go away! Um, but yeah, so on Friday morning, because we were supposed to do it Thursday afternoon, but Thursday afternoon it rained. Oh, we're okay. It rained, so we couldn't launch the rockets. So it was yesterday morning in peak humidity. I had to pump a bike pump up until 50 psi so we could launch the kids' rockets. And I had to do it 7 times. And yeah, in that humidity, it was horrendous. It was not fun. I swear. We also our staff shirts are cotton for some reason. One of my biggest criticisms if I'm working at a summer camp and the staff shirts are not like athletic swicking material, I'm like, what are we doing here? That's a choice. Because the first camp I worked at, the first year, we had nice swicking athletic shirts. After that, they swapped to cotton, and I'm like, why? Why would you ever think that cotton is a good for summer camp work shirt? It's not. It's so hot, and cotton is super absorbent, so it just sucks up all your sweat and it stays there. So bad. Um, so yeah, when I was pumping up the thing, there's the oasis. Nope, that's not where I want to be. I want here. Okay, epic. I'm going to steal some of Wrigley's bamboo again. But yeah, so I was pumping up the rockets and it was so hot, it was so humid. It wasn't that bad until you were actually pumping it. Like if you were just standing outside, like the air was kind of breathable enough. Like the humidity honestly kind of helped with the heat because at least you were like a little damp, just from the air, but, like not in a gross way. I feel like it was only like mildly humid. Give that to me. Um, but yeah, the second you got pumping the bike pump, it was so bad. The shirts were not breathable. You just created your own little sauna inside your work shirt. It was so bad. And usually, I can be a bit of a sweaty person sometimes, not often. But if I am sweating, usually I don't like my shirt doesn't like get damp at all. Like it just kind of sits in a way where I don't have to worry about sweat spots or anything. After pumping that bike pump, I went inside and like there were little speckles of dampness. So not proper sweat marks, but like it looked like I'd walked through a sprinkler sort of thing. And I was like, oh gosh, please. And it was only 10 a.m. at that point. I was like, I still have so many hours in the workday. I have 7 hours to go. What do you mean? I cannot be this gross this early. I will die. But it was okay because the bonus of working at a tech camp is you get to go inside at the very least at some points. Um, even even if you're expected to be outside some of it, you get to go inside to the air conditioning. And that makes it worth it. So I found the coldest room in our camp building, and I sat right under the like AC van, and then I sewed up an owl, stuffy. Um, and yeah, that's how I spent my morning yesterday. Like that's probably one of the most interesting things this week. It was such a mild week. To be fair, it is one of my favorite things about working with people who this is like the tech camp is kind of like their only experience working at a camp is seeing them be like, oh, this is awful. Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, like that kid was so troublesome, blah, 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 blah. Because I swear, moving to this camp, everything is so much easier than my previous camp job. It was so crazy where I worked previously. But this one, we have good supports and the kids, like the demographics a little different. So the kids are much chiller. Um, so yeah, it's nice. I enjoy. But yeah, I like poking fun at my coworkers who are like, "Oh, oh, it's so bad. Oh, I'm gonna die." And I'm like, You should you should see where I come from. You would not last a day. I'm literally just doing this to block the snow. I'm debating if perhaps I should try to have like a shingled look by putting a different color here or what? Like, should I put green perhaps? I feel like I'm trying to balance it too much. I think I need to lay off the green. Like, I feel like that should be it on the green. We just use yellow and red from here on. But then it looks a little McDonald's-y. We'll do what we can. Is there a different like red toned wood I could use? I guess there's redwood, but I don't want that. Do I maybe want maple? No, I think I just want mangrove, honestly. I have so many slabs. I overcrafted my slabs. I'm a little disappointed in myself for that. Okay, this is all the mangrove I have. Let's, I know I'm gonna need, am I gonna need more? Let's do the sin of stacking 2 slabs together. You know? Oh, actually, we kind of need to do it because it's it's too it's the wrong shape. Yes. Oh, I would like this, please. Which means we're just gonna have a weird air pocket, which I think I'll just make it so you can't see that on the inside. Inside is for later teddies to deal with. Get back to my. Because I want these little scaffoldy bits of the roof to just poke slightly above. And we're gonna draw them in diagonally. There we go. Have you guys watched anything interesting recently? I've actually gotten behind in that one Thai show that I've been really into. I'm 2 episodes behind. Like a silly Billy. It's really good, and I think I keep getting to this thing when there's like 2 or 3 episodes left in a show. I don't want to keep watching it, but I don't want it to end. I do it like with everything. I did it with Bungo Stray Dogs back when I was watching anime regularly. Cause I'm great. I didn't watch the last episode, which is really funny because the ending of Bungo Stray Dogs is a 2-parter uh a finale. So I watched the first part and then I didn't watch the second part. 'Cause I'm just so epic and cool like that. Needs to be here. Is that to me? No. It said no. There is one show that I'm really excited to come out, and I don't know when it's coming. But I'm pretty sure they just finished filming. Oh no, I went somewhere I shouldn't have. Um, so I'm so excited about that one. The trailer isn't even out yet, but the pilot trailer was real good. There we go. Okay. I need backup, please. I think I might just do the inner roof. Maybe I'll, oh wait. I was about to say maybe I'll just do the inner roof bamboo. Perhaps I'll make it green. Maybe because that part's visible, maybe I'll outline the inner part with bamboo. and then have willow planks on the inside. That could be cutie patootie. Okay, let's stick our two mangrove. I feel like it's all kind of the same color, and I don't love that, but we're gonna make do with it. I kind of just want this cafe to get done so it can be another project I can check off the list. So I can focus a bit more on my base, because I feel like I've been putting that on the back burner a little too much. Bonus about how I'm doing the roof is I don't have to worry about snow getting stuck on top. It's a lot of the builds in this series has a lot of issues with snow on the roof, and nobody's willing to invest that much in it. Oh, I didn't strip that. Today might be a shorter stream, I don't know. But what are we at? We're at 1 hour. Still feeling good so far, so maybe it won't be. Who knows? I do expect a lot of my streams throughout the summer to be perhaps a little shorter, just because my stamina will be a little less because I'll be tired from work. You know how it is. Work gets ya. The question will come when I have to edit for the YouTube series coming out very soon, which I can't tell you anything about still. Shall we? Let's go make a purchase. Where is the nearest ender chest? I feel like you guys have an ender chest? No. Okay, I have to go to the community area. What is there to talk about? I don't know. My favorite thing about this shop is you can just run straight through it. I feel like it's purposeful. It's right smack dab in the middle. I don't hate it. I swear. I swear. Let's grab 3. Why not? Take book. Today. 3 stack of mangrove. July. Ooh, not July. 11th. I like that I misspelled over here like a month ago. I nearly signed the book, but I didn't. We're good. I hate it. But we make do. We keep going. We persevere. That's what a teddy does. I needed to craft slabs first. What is one thing you guys look out for in your favorite characters? I'm curious. What's something either when you are creating a character for something or something you've realized your favorite characters usually have in common? Something I've noticed a lot of my favorite characters have in common is hilariously, oftentimes they have black hair and blue eyes. Which is, I don't know if that's because a lot of characters have black hair and blue eyes, or if it's an actual coincidence, like interesting coincidence. I tend to like characters who are like super quippy, but like as a defense mechanism. I find a character like that that's so juicy. You know? I want to play a character like that sometime. The thing is, I'm not somebody who does that naturally, I don't think. I don't know. Am I? The thing is, obviously, most people's favorite characters, like if there's something like that where it's a character attribute that like you notice all of your favorite characters have similar attributes, it's usually something that you yourself have. Like it's something that you relate to, and that's why you tend to lean towards those sorts of characters. I don't think that's something I experience. Like, I'm not a super quippy person. Am I? This might be me just not being self-aware. Let's be real. I feel like I'm not a super quippy person, and I'm particularly not super quippy when like I'm being defensive about stuff. Though I think the part I relate to is if there's something I don't want to talk about, I will redirect somebody's attention elsewhere, just so I don't have to talk about it. So maybe that's where that comes from. You know what? Let's go up a little bit more. Let's do 3. Let's make it a little dramatic this time. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys look out for in a character. None of my upcoming characters that I have planned out behave like that. Except I guess maybe B Teddy did that a little bit. B Teddy would deflect a lot, but not in like a jokey way. I guess there were sometimes B Teddy was joking, but nobody else realized. Because B Teddy did a lot of like the "ooh, poor defenseless me, oh, so horrible" like joke to get people like off their back about things. Like no one would ever think B Teddy's been turned into a vampire if they're sad about something else. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the like joke, the spell joke. I feel like that's the one time B Teddy was like a little quippy in a way of purposely trying to throw people's attention elsewhere. The like going up to B Gray and being like, "Oh, I just like I'm not good at the joke. I want to get in with the joke, but like I'm not good at it." That was definitely B Teddy did that purposefully in order to make sure nobody would pick up on the fact that something had just happened to them. Because that happened immediately after we returned to town, after I got turned. I don't want that there this time. Um, but I can't think of other times B Teddy would have done that. But I do want a character who does that a bunch. Like it's just constantly deflecting. It's like they're insecure about something. I think that would be fun. That sort of character though takes a lot of thought. I think that's why I haven't written a character like that yet, even though it's one of my favorite characters to consume. Um, because you really have to consider what's going to get to that sort of character. Like, where are they going to be thrown off? What's going to really get under their skin? And how exactly would they joke about it? You kind of have to, like, prior to everything, really sift through anything that that character might come across to be like, what would cause this sort of reaction? I do want to do it sometime though. Sometime where I have more free time to really focus on a character. rather than just be able to get into it quickly. Because the upcoming character, I've written it very much so it works well with my brain. Like I can just slip into that character. Um, like the character's motivations are going to be a little simplistic compared to other characters I might play. But that's just because I need to be able to do her pretty easily. And as the series goes on, I feel like the motivations are going to get a bit more complicated. You know? There's a zombie somewhere. I feel this is so McDonald'sy, but we live, we thrive, we ignore. Yippee. We're getting close to done. That's nice. Oh, I missed one over here. I'm getting hit with the tires. It's been 10 minutes since I last looked at the time. How absolute dare my body be tired. That's okay. We live, we thrive. We keep going regardless. I just never get to keep it, do I? We just have to accept it's gonna spawn. That doesn't line up, does it? Why? Why do I do these things to myself? It's actually kind of really weirdly shaped. Well, that's not my problem. We'll do this 3 again. Make it extra tall. Because why the heck not? Oh! I've actually been building a bunch today already on things I cannot share with you. Because I'm mean. I'm mean like that. You don't get to know my secret projects. Why did I make so many of these even number? Why would I do this to myself? Just for the sake of it? Who knows? Sip some water. I'm getting hot. Ba, 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 ba. It's all even. What did I do? Well, my bad. That's my fault. I've done bad things in my counting, I guess, or I just decided I didn't care enough. That's also a possibility. Either I can't count or I didn't care. What did past Teddy Me do? Or did past Teddy Me decide it was future Teddy Me's problem and now we're in future Teddy time? That's quite possible. Up, 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 up. I'm trying to think if I should do something fun with this part of the roof or just keep going in the trajectory I'm going. What if we just like leave it here? Like it's just kind of flat. at the top. Like I do a little dip in here. That could be fun. Add some texturing for people who are flying over and stuff. Oh! We're good. Just have to scream about it a little bit. My back is starting to hurt quite a bit. I think we are going to have to end stream early. Oh, I so confidently said 20 minutes ago. That I'd be fine, probably, maybe. Maybe next weekend we'll do a Stardew Valley stream. I find that's a bit easier for me to do long streams for. So that's what I was doing last summer while I was working. And I don't think I struggled as much with that. I feel like my streams were still pretty long, despite it being work days, work weekends where I'm not working while I've been working the whole week. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. We're gonna try to get this whole roof in, and I'm gonna try to do the interior decoration. And once we're done that, if we're done early, then we're done early. If we're done right on time, then we're done right on time. Nope, that's too low. There we go. And then we'll do a little pop slab action here. So even though it dips into a bucket, no, can't land here. So I'm cool like that. Let's collect the slabs that have dropped, which is only 3. Let's craft new ones. Yeah, we'll do all of it. All of it is slabs. The fun thing about this is, oh, I can parkour up the roof. Let me up! Yeah. Bam. Oh, no. Bad thing about the roof is it's kind of hard to see which part of the block I'm supposed to be aiming for. I almost said supposed to be instead of supposed to be. I can speak. I swear I can. Voila! Roof! Dost thou like? Yee! I hate it! I hate it a lot. It's fine. It's so fine. Who really cares? It's fine. We can live the consequences. We can do it. I swear. We might pretty it up later. We might just leave it. There's a bot in my chat. How dare there? Oh, there's still lots of snowballs around. Okay. Now we just need tables and chairs. I also wanted to swap out the windows. Oh, we also have to do the inner roof area. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, actually. My back actually does hurt a lot. I might end stream early. I am sorry. I don't love this roof. We might have done a net zero here for this stream. There is potential I tear that down. I think it's mostly I hate how this dip happens. I might instead just drag the roof in. we'll see. This doorway definitely needs to be fixed. I think the roof's okay. It could use a bit better detailing, I think, is the main issue. And I think what's really pulling me away from it is I forgot I was going to do the special modded windows we have. If I could remember how to craft the nice, like, paper windows. It's not going to tell me, 'cause it's mean to me. Um, but I think I'm going to swap those out for that, so it looks a little less gaudy. That's how I'm feeling, is the yellow windows just feel a little gaudy. And then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I'm gonna end early, I think. Thank you for sticking around for at least the hour that I've been and being patient with me as my stream schedule changes while I work and all that jazz. We will be back soon with good content and lots of it, I swear. Oh, speaking of, we just hit 250 subscribers on YouTube. So I posted a Q&A on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. And thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't and you like my content, you should go check it out because I post stuff on there that you won't see on stream. Alrighty, that is all for today. Thank you for coming. Love you very, very much. Have a good morning, evening, noon, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Love you all and goodbye.